Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my channel, The Daily Evan, and where this all started and how it became, kind of give you a little bit of a background of what I've gone through and the hardships and the wonderful things I've gone through to get this beautiful Appaloosa sport horse. And because I'm going to be taking you guys on a journey with me, I wanted to give you a background on things. My name is Rose. I'm a proud mother of a just over 2-month-old Appaloosa sport horse. His name is Evan, or Wops, Evan of Essence. He is by Wapazon and Rugby Creek Sport Horses homebred mare Evanescence. Both beautiful horses. A little bit of background about how I decided to end up taking the plunge into this crazy equestrian world. My grandfather got me and my twin sister started on horses and donkeys when we were quite young, and I, of course, like any young girl, fell in love with them, and as I grew up, the affection just got more and more. I think I was about, I think I was about 12 years old when I was in a feed store, and the magazine that I was looking through had an ad in it, and it said WAP Spot. I think that was the first time I had ever really fallen in love with a specific breed. Like I said, we had Donkey and a beautiful little Arabian mix when we were growing up. She was so spunky. Heather was her name, and I'd never really seen other horses. You know, the neighbors had other horses, but we lived in a very tiny little mountain town, so it was always very hard to have exposure to anything like that, especially when we were younger. We didn't really have the internet or phones or anything. I was in my 20s before I got my first cell phone, so we were way back in the boondocks is what I like to call it. And when I saw this animal, it kind of changed the way I look at horses, and I vowed to myself that I would eventually get an animal like that. Well, Wapazon is the grandson to Swap Spotted, and he is an incredible sport horse stallion, meaning he throws or sires very, very big, beautiful, tall, sport type horses for the most part, depending upon the mare. And after years and years of looking, and then finally decided that I wanted to buy a baby rather than an adult horse. It kind of changed my outlook when I found Rugby Creek Sport Horses. They have such beautiful babies, an amazing responsible breeding program, because I'm not a big fan of breeding, to be perfectly honest. It's there's so many animals out there that need homes, that need help. I feel like most of the time that breeding just makes it worse, but they have responsible breeding programs. Like I said, they have 2 to 3 mares a year that have babies. They give them off. It was exactly what I was looking for. The people were wonderful, and about 5 years ago I went up to the barn with my good friend. She's in one of the videos. Her name is Kat, and ended up putting it in utero reserve with a mare named Evanescence, their homebred mare. And she was 16'2", beautiful, kind of a gray snowflaked Appaloosa. And she hadn't yet had a baby for them. They were just starting her off. She's quite young, 8 or 9. Oh, she was 8 or 9 at that time, and I was just taken by her. So she was already in foal to Wapazon, which is the exclusive Appaloosa stallion at the time that they were using. They also used a beautiful warm blood stallion that, sorry, that's the cat, that they had bred to other mares, but I was specifically interested in Wapazon because of his color and his conformation and the kind of temperaments he throws. The best part about all this is that these wonderful, amazing people also run and operate a nonprofit rescue. So that was even better, knowing that the money that I would spend towards the baby would go to help other animals that are not so fortunate as to be born into the kind of love that I have to give for an animal. So about 4 months later, this beautiful little mare was born. Now initially, you'll see, if I can get her in focus, this is Inca. Once Pitch Black was her name, or Pitch Black, and she was a beautiful filly. I didn't want a filly. She was also, as you can see, let me just scroll to a couple of her baby pictures for you. Scroll. I've been on my phone too long. As you can see, she was solid black when she was born. I had a color reserved for an in utero. Well, I declined, and then after seeing videos and pictures and getting to know a little bit more about her personality, oh, things are all askew here, I decided to go up and meet this little horse. My good friend went with me. This was a little emotional, and I fell in love immediately. She was everything that I ever would have wanted. She was nothing I wanted. She had the best personality, and I just decided that the best thing to do was to take this beautiful little horse into my life. And I decided right then and there, the first day I met her, that I was gonna buy her. Here's some unflattering pictures of me and her together. This is the first time we met. My little Inca, she was so wonderful. She's, so, you know, I went through with the buying process, and about 2 months after she was weaned, she broke her leg in the paddock. It was, as you can see, not very fun for me. She was such a wonderful girl, and it was a freak accident, nothing anybody could do about it, and we had the vets up, and they ended up doing an x-ray on her leg, and she broke quite a few bones in the back leg, right at the elbow joint, right at the hock. I am not gonna cry. And I ended up having to humanely euthanize her. I went to say goodbye and give her some love, and she was such a big, straight, beautiful girl. She was just so wonderful. This sweet little face. It was really hard. She was my first love, you know. I couldn't have wanted anything more. And it was a big hardship. So after the healing process, and we went through and decided that I wanted to try again. Same mom, same dad. And she didn't take that year, you know, we wanted to give her a year off. So it was about 13 months ago that I got an amazing text message from the woman who owns the barn, and she told me that Evie was pregnant. Now, at the time, obviously, you can't see the beautiful outcome to this, so I stared at this picture for 11, almost 12 months, maybe just over 12 months. Mom carries really, really really long, and out popped this beautiful boy. This is Evan. Look at that beautiful little horse. I got my color, I got my boy, and nothing can, you know, heal you from a loss, but this was really close. He is right now just over 2 months old. He was born May 9th, 2018. I don't even know what to say. This is his baby book, our pictures together. This is when he was just about 7 days old. So he was a baby. I've got a whole book already dedicated to him, as you can see. I'm a little crazy. Pictures of him standing. Here's some of his 3 week pictures, I believe. No, this was I think this was 9 days. Anyways, this was him as well. And I took off work and ran over to Virginia to see him, and guys, he was amazing. The best little thing I could have ever imagined. And this is what this channel is about. This is about me and Evan. This is about our life together and how we're going to be growing and changing and creating something together. I've worked with horses my whole life, and this is the only thing I've really ever wanted. I wanted this little animal, and I wanted to be able to work with him from the ground up. So he comes home in this coming month in August. I've got about 3 weeks. I can't even believe it, until he comes home to New Jersey, to the barn I have picked out for him as a weanling. He's going to be weaned just a few weeks prior, actually a week or so prior, and me and my good friend are going to go down, take the 9-hour trip to Virginia from New Jersey, and pick him up and bring him home. I am so excited to bring you along on this journey with me. I hope you guys appreciate my sense of humor. I will give you a couple of warnings. I have a loud mouth, I cuss, and I'm really obsessed with my horses. There'll be other fun things along the way. I'll show you other horses, my animals, anything you guys want to see, but I want to document our life together and really show you what love and devotion and goals can do for you. I have been dreaming about this since I was a kid. I'm talking 12 years old, and I'm 31 years old now, and this is the only child I will ever have. This is the pinnacle of what I have wanted my whole life, what I've been working for, what all of those sleepless nights were for, what all of this longing and all of that was for. And he's finally here, and he's grazing in Virginia with his beautiful big-butted mother, and I can't wait for him to come home. I hope you join this journey. I hope you watch this far. And I hope you subscribe and give me some encouragement along the way. Helpful comments are always much appreciated. Please try to keep your nasty comments to yourself. I realize I'm fat. This is why I got a big horse. I realize I have a lot of flaws. Not everything I do is going to be correct the first time, but this is why I have friends and people in the horse community that can help me. Oh my gosh, my hair looks like a mess. It's crazy here in Jersey today, guys. It's raining. But anyways, I want to thank you again. I hope that you'll come along with me on this magical horsey journey and grow with us. Again, I love you guys. Welcome to the Daily Evan.